Welcome to DES Trucks. In today's video, I want to talk about a valuable lesson that I've learned in the last few years of being in business, and that is having redundancies in your business. Just sitting here right now, looking back at the season and how it's going so far. Yeah, it's been slow, but that doesn't mean that we didn't have our share of breakdowns. And thinking about how we've made it through these breakdowns this year, it all kind of comes down to having redundancies. So I really did make a lot of moves this year, in the last couple years, and that is getting a second truck. Now, normally I drive an F-150. If you follow the channel for a long time, then you know that I've had a number of different F-150s, and that was perfect because it's more efficient. It's easier, it's cheaper, it's easier to drive. But I finally went and got my dream truck. I think in 2020 I went and got the F450. Now the F450 is definitely overkill. I could have definitely gotten away with a 250, but it's one of those things I wanted to do and wanted to have and wanted to experience, and I'm glad I did it. But the real thing about the 450, and the reason I got it, is because I wanted to be able to carry a plow. I wanted to be able to carry salt, and at the end of the day, the payload of the 450, I can justify the payload because I do need to carry the max payload of the 450. But I wanted a truck that can do it all. I wanted a truck that could be a good family hauler, a good daily driver, haul all the weights that I wanted. I really wanted an 8-foot bed. I really wanted the maneuverability as well, so I went with the 450. But what it did was it gave me some more redundancies. It gave me another truck that I can plow with. So now, if something goes wrong with one of the plow trucks, we've got another plow truck. But like I was saying, guys, looking back this year, we picked up another XLS plow. Now, that wasn't easy to do. It wasn't an easy decision to make. That's $6,500 for a used plow. That's just the truck side only. That's not installed. That's not parts. That's not any of that. It's just $6,500 cash that I could have stuck in the bank and left sitting around and having more safe net or whatever going into this year, guys. This is a tough year to be, in snow, and really having that kind of money, having enough money to make the winter. That's a hard purchase to make. But yeah, a couple things did go wrong though. Having that second plow, because we did have a straight blade. We had the yellow straight blade. If you follow the channel, then you would have seen us go to Ohio and buy that straight blade used. It was like $2,500 or something like that. I wasn't happy with it. It was too light. Nobody wanted to run it. It wasn't as efficient as the XLS's. So I put the new guy on it, and he sees me with the big Fisher XLS plowing snow, and he can't do what I'm doing. He doesn't have the weight, and he just automatically, it's harder for a guy to learn when the guy showing him pulls up with the freaking truck that does double the amount of work that his can do. So I just said whatever. I got the new Fisher XLS, and now if something goes wrong with this plow, I can hook up to the other XLS. Our route's not so overbooked that one truck couldn't handle it if needed. Now, it kind of comes down to a benefit to our clients, whereas, we can get done with our route in 6-7 hours instead of 12 hours. I'm not pushing both trucks 12-13 hours long. Not saying that can't happen, but generally speaking, we're not pushing those kind of hours. But just thinking about the breakdowns this year and these redundancies, the salt dogs, having 2 salt dogs, sticking with the brand. Something goes wrong with the controller, boom, I can switch out the controller. Something goes wrong with a spinner or something like that, or let's say our spinner, or the spinners come off, redundancy. Spinner breaks back into something, boom, we got another spinner, or we got a whole nother spreader that we can use. Something goes wrong with the auger bearing or anything like that. We've got a couple auger bearings that on in stock, just hanging out. We can switch out auger bearings. But things that gone wrong this year, our plow controller went out, and just these redundancies makes everything so much easier to diagnose. I'm not a plow expert. I'm not a snow plow expert. I don't know everything about the Douglas Dynamics plows. I don't know everything about all the plows out there, but when something goes wrong, it's going to take me some investigation to figure it out. And having these redundancies means that investigation is so much quicker. I was able to quickly find out what was going on when this controller went out. So the wing would extend out and go into scoop mode, but it wouldn't retract. For the life of me, it would not retract. It just stayed extended out. So like I said, redundancies, quickly swapped out the controller. Easiest thing to isolate is the controller. Boom, problem solved. It is the controller. On the F450, the module was acting up. And how do I know what's wrong? There's a module on the plow, there's a module in the truck, there's a wire harness in the truck. Well, the headlights wouldn't switch over, and real quick, switch the plows around in the trucks. Boom. Okay, so something on the truck side. Okay, let's check the harness. Let's check the module. I could switch the modules out if I had to. Unfortunately, whoever installed this module, they buried it like somewhere in the grill. I don't even know how to get this module out, so I wasn't able to test the module in that way. But I was able to switch the whole trucks around and use redundancies to find that. So one of the big things I really learned over the last couple years, and I mean, we all know this stuff. Have redundancies. It's simple. But the hard part is really the execution. Like, yeah, have a redundancy and get a whole nother truck and get a whole nother plow and get it's easy to say have the redundancies, but executing the actual task of putting these redundancies in place is where it kind of gets hard. Like, it's not easy to go and buy a $6,500 plow. I had the cash, but I didn't even really use the cash. I just put it on my credit card and paid it off over like 2 or 3 weeks. But it was something I had to do early in the season. I had to do this like right then and there, like right now, and that's kind of how it played itself out. So definitely glad I did it. Right now I think I'm looking at a possible leak on this new one, maybe on the cylinder. Now when I picked up this plow, it was new-ish. It was used for a year by the owner of the company, and he did sell it to me for the new price, but the cutting edge wasn't really worn. It had this custom made deflector on it. I didn't realize it was custom made. I thought it was an OEM deflector, but nonetheless it does work good. It's just a piece of poly, so I'm not really complaining there. Maybe I'll throw some stickers on it or something. Maybe I'll throw some stickers on it. But it's not new. I do like to have new stuff. It's not a brand spanking new. You can see there's a little bit of rust on some bolts, some surface rust here and there, nothing major, but it is leaking right now. So what they did do is they did give me a warranty, I believe. I mean, they took the numbers off of the plow here, so I could probably try to get this warranted, but the company itself went out of business. So I could let's see, where'd they find that? There was a number. So they actually did warranty this, and they said the truck was never registered. So I did see them physically take the number off of here and put it into the system for a warranty. So I can try to go to another Fisher dealer and see if they'll do it. The problem that I've had is these Fisher dealers usually don't like helping people that didn't buy the plow from them. So that's going to be a challenge, but they did close up their doors. I didn't know they were actually going to close up at the time where I bought this, but I called them back like a month later and they were done. So maybe I'll go ahead and see if this is warrantable. But yeah, this cylinder is leaking, guys. It's leaking. There's a puddle right here on the ground. I could have probably just lowered this just another inch so it wouldn't do that. But yeah, it's definitely pooling up and it's leaking. And I was low on fluid fluid like a week ago, and I went ahead and topped off the fluid and I kind of spilled it everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, that's why it's on the cover here. But I topped off the fluid and everything was good, and now I think I know why it was leaking. But it still runs. That's not gonna stop me from running. But again, redundancies, guys, redundancies. So simple stuff in business, having your redundancies in place. But yeah, definitely one of those things. Everybody knows it. It's the execution that's a little bit harder. But what do you guys think about these rubber flaps? I'm actually working on building something to allow me to be able to carry snow blowers and a salt spreader. So that's something I'll be working on soon here. I do love to build stuff, guys. Check out my little contraption over here. My old mower, again, a redundancy. Having my old mower, I could have said, I'm gonna sell this thing and make money. Like, this thing's worth $2,500, but instead of that, we'll go ahead and keep it. Our new fancy mower, if it breaks or if it needs to go into the shop for warranty work or anything like that, warranties are great. But if you can't afford to have your machine down for any period of time, and they do have the programs where I'm at with this warranty on this machine, the new machine that I have, they do have programs where if it breaks, they have a 0 downtime. I think I'm out of that now. It's been 2 years, but my machine breaks and I can run this. It's not going to be as fast or whatever, but it's still pretty fast. It's still pretty good. But check out our contraption that we made. It's a dump bucket on a lawn mower. Pretty cool. I've ran this all fall long and it's been fun and it's worked out good. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video today. Having redundancies in business. Comment below if you like these business videos. I will do them from time to time. But this is DS Trucks. My name is Sean. See you in the next video. Over and out.